Kung Fu Vampire, right here.
You don't love me, that love yourself and don't come cheap.
I'll let that fire between your legs. Inspired by me instead. Inspired by being dead.
San Jose, California, native, born and raised, hip-hop artist, and more. Chilling, Murder Dog style. Well, you know, the thing is, man, is like, I originally give what I create, you know what I mean? Like just what I see, what I live through, and all the things that happen to us in life as people. But then there's another step of it, and that's that step, that extra grind hustle that they don't see when they see me live. It's like all this stuff happens behind stage. It happens at home. It happens in the car. It happens in the tour bus. All this grind, all this stuff happens, and then it comes to this door, which is the curtains of the stage, and then the curtains open, and they only get to see what they want to see, you know what I mean, what they're there to see, what they're paid there to see. And for that 30 minutes, that 45 minutes, however long the stage show is, they get to see the culmination of hard work, emotion, energy, and love. And it don't matter who it is, you know what I mean? It doesn't matter if I'm playing for the Juggalos, for a hip-hop crowd, for a rock crowd, whoever's there, they're going to get my 150% effort. Although I hate that term, it's 100%. It don't get more than 100% to be exact, you know? So, I don't know, man. There's so much to think about, so much to talk about. And when I get out there on the stage, the focus, it's all about the focus. And now it's gotten to the point where it's just about, I want to go as hard as I can. I want to see how sweaty I am afterwards, you know what I mean? Because that shows that I did a good job, you know? So. There's the Bay and there's the West Coast, you know? So I was heavily influenced by like some of the early hip-hop coming out of LA. I'm also like a big fan of Exhibit. I like to throw his name out there because when people talk about rappers they like, I never hear Exhibit come up, and I've just always liked him. He's like a likable dude. He's funny, but he's super gritty on the mic. He's super clean, but he still has that West Coast feel, but real lyrical. You know, I really like Exhibit. He's I wouldn't say he's one of my influences, but now he's somebody that I really look up to and like. You know what I mean? Like when I came up, he wasn't around. You know, I liked the Houdinis and the Kool Moe Dees and the Curtis Blows and all that early hip hop is what really influenced me. But you know, I'm from the Bay, so I mean, I never really hear people say I have the Bay sound, but I am from here, so I am the Bay sound. You know what I mean? Like there's a lot of Bay. The Bay is a very unique. It's got a lot of sounds to it, and you know, the West Coast is in me. You know what I mean? I love the palm trees. I've been in lowrider clubs before I was old enough to drive. I've always liked lowriders, you know, and the culture is in me. But I'm a very universal cat, so of course I love the East Coast, and the East Coast hip hop has influenced my music just as much as the West. You know what I mean? Busta Rhymes, the early stuff though too. So you know, I'm definitely West Coast born and raised, but I'm international. I got a new one that just dropped called Love Bites.
Right.
New album just dropped. We did a 40 some odd city self-booked, self-promoted tour across the U.S. this last November, December, and it went really well. It's a lot of hard work. I have a live band for those who don't know, who are just tuning in. My drummer Chris Paxton, he's Nexus Audio Recording Studio in Oakland, California, and he actually engineered, co-produced, and recorded the entire new album, and he plays drums for me, so he's a beast. My bass player Jeremy Paulette, real dope. And yeah, the new album, man, it's to me, I want the whole world to hear it. I just want everybody to hear it. I don't care if I make money. I don't care what people. I just need everybody to hear it. It's called Love Bites by Kung Fu Vampire. It features guest appearances like Brother Jay of X Clan, Potluck, Liquid Assassin, Twisted Insane, Mars, a few other people. I got a production by Butterscotch, who was America's Got Talent finalist, amazing woman from Davis, California. And then I got a production by these guys, Flipside. I think they're actually from Oakland. And Flipside produced on the record, played guitars on the record, and made some beats on there. And a lot of producers, I got producers from Europe on the record. But man, go out and get you Love Bites, because it's worth the money. It's on iTunes, all that. Basically, man, if you took extremely dope hip-hop production, like the cleanest production you could take, added some live instruments to it, I feel like this album, like I hate saying this because people do this too much. They say their shit is unique, they say that it's different. Oh, it's not like nothing else. All my songs are different. Like Love Bites, truly, like it will knock your head off when you hear the style variation. Track 1 sounds like it's, you know, East Coast influence. It's like a 48 bar verse with a sample. You know what I mean? Track 2 is evil with Spanish guitars and I'm screaming in the chorus. You know what I mean? Like it's one of those things that every track is really different. Black Dog from Murder Dog, that was like the thing that stood out. He said, you know, like your look is dark and crazy, but the album is all over the place. You know what I mean? And I've got a song on there about one of my good friends who just was recently murdered in my city, just straight stabbed to death and smothered and killed in an alleyway. There's a song about him on there. There's a song about how like being a creature of the night is a lot better than being a tweaker, being a drug user. You know what I mean? Like it's just kind of a funny take on the vampirism. It's like I'd much rather be just like a sober, you know, stoned creature of the night than a meth addict. And it's just talking shit about meth addicts and stuff. I have a song on there that's kind of like Western, Mexican style Western music, and the song is actually, it's called Go Away, and it's about people struggle with alcoholism and how it's just the thing that ruins their life and brings their life to darkness. You know what I mean? Have a song called Blade on there about how the government and politics influence our life and how it's like cutting away at us, you know what I mean, cutting away at our freedoms and shit. And got a song on there about strangers, people just acting like they know me and they don't know shit about me, trying to call me out my name or say my real name, or you know what I mean, stuff like trying to connect with me when all they really know is what they read or hear about. They don't vibe out with me, they don't sit in the park with me, you know what I mean? They're just a stranger, you know what I mean? Yeah, there's a lot of variation on the record. You know, that was the thing with this record is I just some no holds barred kind of artist. I'm not trying to fit a pocket, since I kind of create my own music and my own feel, my own culture. I don't feel the need to like try to fit in a box. Like I definitely don't try to fit in a hyphy box or a East Coast or a, you know what I mean, some of my stuff is really fast. Just people would say I'm a chopper, and other stuff I'm rapping real slow, just giving it to them clean and clear. Some is more poetic, some is straight to the point. So with Love Bites, you're gonna get like just the kind of record that's, I could almost guarantee if you like hip hop music and you listen to my record, there's gonna be one song on there that you think is fucking epic. Period. Even if you hate my guts, you could be like, I don't like him from the jump, I don't like his look, I don't like his name, fuck that dude. If I popped in Love Bites for you, you'd be like, this is my shit. This one is my shit. Because there's so much variation. I mean, I've heard that from people online. I've seen YouTube comments. People have been like, man, I wasn't feeling you at first, the name, I thought you had a gimmick, but the truth is you're a real dude, and this song right here gives me chills. You know what I mean?
You're a satire in bed. You working at iron and lead, and never stood a day in those legs with a bunch of dread and you're dripping out of your pores, and so scorned to ignore the source of war. Calling other women whores, of course. Where's the source of your insolence? That those
Man, I don't give a fuck if you sucking a penis or ducking subpoenas. You lucky to meet us. Respect started earning it as a fetus. Try to burn and defeat us and question who is the cleanest. Man, take off that rap costume and we'll surely see who's the meanest. Yeah, so my spits are all over the place though, and one thing I don't do is I just spit you like kind of a verse about rap, you know, about myself. And that's the one thing about me that is truly unique that I do want people to know, is I don't rap about rap. Mm-hmm. You know, everybody raps about hip-hop, and I don't really think that that's substance, you know, about being cool. You know, everybody likes to rap about being cool. I like to give people a story. That's a lot harder to stick to a topic, you know what I mean? And I love when I can write to a topic, give it to a guest or something, and they can write to the same topic. You got beauty there. And I hope the fans out there that buy music realize that rapping about bitches and whatever over and over again and stuff it's just redundant and ridiculous, man. And I realize like hip hop is like merchandising. It's like pushing this product that the kids are wearing and buying, and it's a circle of pushing each other's product and selling the shoes and the shirts and the outfits and the hats that people wear and all that. But some people need an outlet and they want to hear some real substance, man, and I'm going to give it to them. And I don't care if that keeps me from selling records. That's what I'm going to do. You know what I mean? Is push the music with substance.
to ignore the source of war. Calling other women whores, of course. Where's the source of your insolence that those spores have endorsed? And run a whole scam to keep all of the hate on course. Trying to duck between the legs of a goose that we all pluck. Captain Saving the Private Ryan been hit.
Man, this is like my signature, man. I got into this in the late 90s. I got this piercing. I've been wearing this goatee since the 90s. Little variations, you know what I mean? I do different ones sometimes, but this is my main shit. And the thing behind this was like, I'm not into all the crazy piercings, you know what I mean? Everybody's got to have a million holes in their ears and shit all over. I'm into body modification. I think it's cool, but for me, this was simple, it's easy to maintain, and I like it. I like balance, and so I can't have heavy thing on one side and not the other. I need it centered. You know what I mean? This kind of feels centered to me. And man, I got these from a friend a long time ago, and then a couple fans saw that and would see them. This was years ago. And get me one or two, you know. So I have like 4 or 5 of these now.
What are they called?
And they're just, I don't know, they're just full, you know, rings, man. I love them, and
You rock them around?
I use them when I perform, and this is
Pretty
what I
dope.
rock with. You see with the mic, man, you see all that chrome, the silver. That's just how I rock. And I feel like, you know, everybody's got the big holes and the face piercings. This is my shit, you know what I mean? Normally you see me with like a longer spike, but this is my shit, and I feel like I'm not biting nobody, you know?
Mm-hmm.
If you guys know another person with handlebars, a long goatee, and a spike like that, point it out, send me a picture. Email it to me, Facebook it to me, because you ain't going to find someone with the same exact look, you know? I've been doing tours since 09. Obviously, I've been playing shows a lot longer, but since 09, I've been touring steadily, like every other season, you know what I mean, out there with different people. Toured with Esham, Tech 9. I've done spot dates with Tech 9. Toured with Twisted twice, ABK, done shows with Lynch, Nicotina, I've done shows with everybody. Digital Underground I've done some tours with, and then most recently I headlined my own tour with some of my friends, you know, supporting me, and we're out there, man. We have tons of merch online, kungfuvampire.com. We do good, man. We're out there hustling. I don't know, always like to like act like we're selling more than we are, but you know, we're kind of like a small crew, you know what I mean? We got one webmaster, a band, a couple people who help us, that's it. And yeah, you just, man, if you guys want to see a live show, a good show, something that's real, that's heartfelt, that's dope, that's going to blow your mind, live instruments, singing, fast rapping, just crazy drum solos, come see Kung Fu Vampire. We come to a city near you. Our Facebook page, Twitter, YouTube, all that always has all
high and you listen, a sigh of deficiency, a cry of conditions, asleep in the sea with the fishes. My intuition, calendar of aliens, a crying suspicion, but you dismissing, cause your secret's in the eyes of your mission. It's impossible to ovulate, taking too many antidepressants, so you can't even concentrate. Watergate with that gap, marvelous storm in the abyss. You better find another to win this. I ain't in the Air Force Army